So, hello everyone. This is your Women Today YouTube channel. So, in this YouTube channel, I have been interviewing many women entrepreneurs and also working women across different cities in India and also across the world. So, today's our guest is from Mumbai. Her name is Samruddhi. She is an image consultant in Mumbai. I welcome you, Samruddhi ma'am, to this Women Today YouTube channel. So, good afternoon, ma'am. Hi, how are you? Please introduce about yourself to the audience who are watching this interview right now, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Krishna. Thank you for having me here. So I'm Samruddhi Srivastava. I'm an internationally certified image consultant. As far as my experience is concerned, I have around 25 years of experience altogether. I started as a child artist. I started as dancer. Later on, I moved to aviation industry, worked as a flight attendant. From there, I took up the passion for training and educating individuals. There, the importance of persona enhancement, importance of powerful communication skills came in picture in my life, where I started understanding how important it is to work on the personality, how important it is to have powerful communication skills. Later on, after the aviation industry, I worked there nearly for a decade. And then I took up training as my full-time profession. I got qualified as image consultant and started my own training solutions. That's Image Gravitas, wherein I provide trainings about persona enhancement, in the other words, personality development, communication skills, dining etiquette. And there is another segment to the trainings that is completely dedicated to the pageants and fashion shows, where I train the contestants about the walk, about the stage presence, and how do you introduce and answer your pageant questions and develop a strong presence in the pageants. So that's all about me.
Yeah, that's kind of a, a lot of multi things that you're doing right now. Like you were a flight attendant in the beginning, then you moved on to become an image consultant, and also you're doing pageant training right now. So, at what point in your time, like as you told that being a flight attendant and going to different places, you have seen many personalities do kind of networking activities, and you must have been inspired from them. And because of this you must have landed in this kind of image consultant profession. So basically, can you please explain elaborately what do you mean by actually image consultant? Because as image, I mean, I'm interviewing you and I know about the image consultant department, but the people who are new to this, they don't know actually, is there any kind of profession existing as image consultant? So please explain what do you actually mean by an image consultant, and what are the things you will be doing if I'm coming as a client to your office in Mumbai right now, ma'am?
Yes, you're absolutely right, Krishna. There is not much of awareness about image consultation business as such in India. Abroad, it's pretty common, like just the way people have their own dietitian, people have their own skin specialists, people have their own image consultants as well. However, in India, because of the growing awareness, this image consultation is now gaining popularity. In simple words, we all know personality development. We all have been hearing this concept. So image consultation is hand in hand with your personality development. You develop your image. We all always want to create a positive image in front of others as an individual and also as a company. Say, for example, you have a brand or you have a company and you have to portray certain image of your company. So image consultation works for companies and brands, as well as image consultation works for the individuals on absolute personal level, where a person wants to develop a wholesome personality, a positive 2.0 version of themselves. That is what image consultation is all about. So when the client comes to me, first of all, it starts with a counseling session where I get to understand my client better. There are various questions, answers, one-on-one session where I get to know my client. During this conversation, I also try and search for the hidden strengths of that individual, which that person himself or herself is not aware. And then the weaknesses. And then we decide a course of action that we need to do in order to, polish the entire personality of that person so that he or she feels more confidence. Now, this has all the aspects. It's like polishing your personality inside out, working on your body language, your communication skills, your conversational skills, your dressing up. In case of ladies, how do you wear your makeup? What kind of shades would suit you the best? What kind of accessories you should be carrying with you, whether for men as well as for ladies? What kind of shoes? What is the silhouette of your clothes? What are your power colors? What are the confidence boosting techniques? All these things, the do's and don'ts, everything is being guided during these sessions. Apart from that, when people opt for certain courses, say for example, communication is something you cannot develop overnight. You need to practice it. You need to have proper guidance for it. So people do take up in again the individually, like the courses, one-on-one courses for communication, where we work on their skills. Some people need more focus on their grammar. Some of them need more focus on their diction, pronunciation. So all these tiny bit detailed aspects are looked into to develop a complete confident version of yourself. Because what happens, Krishna, many a times, rather most of the times, people are well educated, they are highly educated, they are intelligent, but somewhere they are unsure about what clothes they should be wearing, how they should be appearing in front of people when they are in social gatherings or important business meetings, especially the international platforms. If they happen to have a meeting in a fine dine restaurant with a very important client, how they should go about their table manners and dining etiquette. These things are not always covered in your academics or in your schools and colleges. So this is where the image consultation comes in picture, where all these aspects about your image are covered, because as it is said, you are seen first and then heard. So people will look at you. Within 30 seconds, they will form an impression about you. So how do you create that impression? How does that impression becomes a lasting impression? All these things are covered under image consultations.
Of course, image consultant, I do understand the first impression is the best impression. Whenever you're going to present in front of an interview, you're going for your kind of works, you're going for any kind of functions, consider it may be in Indian culture or Western culture, or any way that you wanted to be looked good by the people who are watching at you, and they always wanted to
Absolutely.
praise you at the same time, and they don't want to judge you in the wrong way. If they want to judge you in the correct way and they want to have them, if they want to have you as one of their members, then they should have some kind of good assumptions. And I think image consulting, your department helps them a lot by just improving the personality kind of things. And also at the same time, like you, as you said, like in India, people are not mostly aware of this kind of image consultant department. But in US, like considered before 1990s, there used to be this department which is already existing. Like every people will be going to a specific office and they'll be having some image consultant person who will be kind of giving them the right color, giving them the right kind of clothes which will match to their skin tone, and they'll be having like a wardrobe in the office, and they'll be just
Absolutely.
matching with the kind of colors, and they'll be having a lot of experiments going on like for around 1 hour. Then after that, they'll be coming to a conclusion. So which clothes and which suits you the best? I think that kind of culture I have been seeing in certain sitcoms, like in web series. I have seen many English web series, and in that web series they have been doing this kind of services. So at the time I have been able to notice, okay, this is called image consultant service, and this do exist in India, but most of the people are not aware of it. So in a simple
In
word,
India, it's more popular, like personality development.
yeah.
In the other words, yes.
Yeah, in a single sentence, we can tell it as, okay, who do not know about image consultant? Consider if you're going to watch a new movie and your favorite actor is going to perform in that new movie. So for every new movie, there is going to be a set of looks which matches according to the character of the role. So that he's playing
Absolutely.
right now. So consider he's going to play a man who's working for a government job. Consider a man who is going to play like he's going to play for a fighter jet. So like this, there is a lot of kind of roles which is going to play. So that there must be any kind of image consultant person over there who is going to make design his clothes, design his kind of wear daily, so that it will be looking the best in the kind of role that he is performing. So I think that is the correct place where this image consultant department is going to play a vital role in. So yes, we have discussed a lot
Absolutely.
about image consultant now. So you're running this image gravitas. That's your company's name in Mumbai. So may I know how many years have you been running this company right now, ma'am?
So, Image Gravitas, I founded around 5 years back. Before that, I used to work as a freelancer. But then I thought of coming across, setting up a complete training solutions, because then people started coming to me for various courses. From there, we discovered that there is requirement, first of all, for different age groups. It's not only for the grown-ups, but also for the children. So while working with the clients, we realized that how important it is, even for the kids. Rather, it is extremely important for kids to have these kind of sessions, to attend dining etiquette sessions, body language sessions. Earlier, people used to think that, okay, only the grown-ups can go there, and only the grown-ups need to take up these sessions. But during our experiments, during our workshops, we realized, no, these things work wonders on kids as well. Rather, kids pick up very fast, and it gets into their habit. Say for example, you teach them how do you hold fork and knife, or you teach them how do you eat with chopsticks. They will learn very quickly. That gets into their daily habit. The moment they go with the parents, anywhere, say in a restaurant, and they are displaying those well mannered habits, it reflects on parents also, and it reflects on the whole family, that how well cultured and well mannered these children are. So from there, we took up this idea ahead, and also introduced these courses across all age groups.
Yeah, of course, it doesn't fit only to a specific age category. As you
Yes.
told, you can also teach the kind of good manners to the kids, as you told, as an example, that going to a restaurant and seeing a kid well playing, the kind of food, the dinner served to him or the lunch served to him in a very good manner. And also at the same time, I wanted to add one thing. So in today's generation, consider it maybe Gen Z kids or any kids, the babies are not actually baby. They are not like before 20 to 30 years. Like before 20 to 30 years, if we kind of tell any kind of good jokes to your baby, if we kind of tell any kind of good things to your baby, like consider maybe a 6 months or even a 1 year old kid. So it used to laugh a lot. But nowadays you see a lot, there is a lot of evolutions happening in babies. So you can't see that kind of innocent babies. Like today's babies are more evolved. Like consider even a 1 year or 2 year kid, like consider maybe going to a play school, or it may be going to just first standard. So it will be like they'll be more matured in that. I have seen many babies like, oh my God, I'm in this kind of mindset. Like consider a baby who is having a mindset like in first standard. Like I'm having that mindset when I was in fifth standard of my school. So that's how babies are evolving right now. So I think, yeah,
Yeah.
the thing you told me right now is the correct thing. You can also teach to your kids right now, because they're having a lot of evolutions happening in today's world, because it's very well evident in them. So people who are used to babies, they will be very well knowing that, okay, in today's modern worlds, these kind of babies are more genius than us. They're just rapidly developing themselves. Like, so they'll be able to adapt whatever things we used to teach them at the early age. So I think, yeah, image consultant is also very much useful to the kids right now. So moving on from image consultant to the beauty pageant session. So tell us, ma'am, for how many years have you been running this beauty pageant service, and what are the accomplishments do you think that you will perform in this kind of departments right now, ma'am?
See, I was 15 years of age when I walked the ramp for the first time. So you can say around 25 years back, 25, 26 years back. That was my very first time when I started. After that, there were a lot of opportunities. I participated in multiple beauty pageants. However, the nature of beauty pageants 25 years back was much different than today. Technological advancements. Now, there is a lot of commercial aspect that has come in picture. During those times, the fees used to be nominal, and most of the funds would be coming from the sponsors of the pageant. But nowadays, even the beauty pageant fees are going high, because the quality is increasing, the awareness is increasing, the marketing of every pageant, all these aspects comes in picture. So nature of the beauty pageant has changed, but the charm remains the same. You know, beauty pageant is a journey. It's not just, going on the stage, looking beautiful, answering a couple of questions and wearing the crown on your head. It's a journey. When the contestant enrolls for herself, I have seen the transformations, and it's such a fulfilling experience, Krishna. When you see a lady who walks in, whether it's a teenager or whether it's a Miss or Mrs. Category in the pageant. When a lady walks in with her form filled, and handing over the form, or probably I meet her during the auditioning process. From there, and then she starts attending every session. You say grooming sessions, your walking sessions, how do you dress up? Slowly and steadily building that self awareness. And by the end of the pageant, where she's standing there on the stage, irrespective of whether she would win or no, because of course, out of say 30, 40, 50 candidates, only one is going to be winner and probably, runner up. However, each and every candidate feels so confident. The knowledge that they learn during these journeys is impeccable. It's knowledge of a lifetime. So it is the journey of transformation. It's not only about winning the crown. I have seen so many contestants who didn't even win during that pageant. Probably for whatever reason, they lacked by 1 point or another point. However, later on in their lives, they use that knowledge and gain success in their respective fields. So that's how this beauty pageant works. Don't just look at it from winning the crown perspective. Of course, that is going to be your ultimate aim, but look at it as a journey. Your trainings, your grooming sessions, your polishing sessions, your confidence building sessions, facing the audience, facing the judges, answering those intimidating questions, coming across as a confident lady, walking on the stage. These things are amazing, and it's such a fulfilling thing to watch these ladies grow, now coming out of their shell, blooming, and becoming from a caterpillar to a beautiful butterfly. It's a beautiful journey. A beauty pageant is a different experience altogether.
So it's like, as you told, like, no need to worry about the kind of accomplishments or the achievements that we are going to do once we finished our beauty pageant training, and we are going to wear the greatest crown in our head. So it's not about the final destination, about wearing the crown in our head. It's the kind of things which we learn, which will help us groom ourselves, which will help us go in a very kind-hearted manner in the future. Like as you said, there are many kind of things, departments, consider maybe it in many schools, colleges, in the workplace, in any business. There will be always kind of competitions have happening over there, and there will be more people competing with you. The thing is that it's not about who's the winner. It's always about what things that you learn in this kind of journey right now, and how you just use the kind of things which you learned in order to make yourself be calm in every situation. Use them in the correct manner. Of course, consider you may be a scholar in IIT, or you may be a beauty, what to say, a beauty pageant winner, international departments like that. But the thing is that at the very end of your life, you'll be like, okay, what I have actually experienced. There must be
Yes.
many persons like they will be going running towards the crown, they will be going running towards the money, but at the very end of the day, at the very end of the life, like around 60, 70 years, like around 80 years, if you're fortunate to live in that age, people will be like, okay, I have achieved these many things, but the thing is that what is close to my heart? The thing which will be close to our heart will be the kind of things which we actually gone through. It is not actually the final destination which we got. Consider we going in a train, or we are just, flying in a aeroplane. It will be like what we are seeing when we are traveling. It's not about the final destination.
Journey matters more than the
Journey,
destination. It's like that. Yes.
yeah,
It's the
journey matters.
journey that
I
than the
think,
destination.
yeah, I think walking in the ramp is a kind of good thing. Like people just see you as, okay, this person is achieving something. This person is kind of having some kind of good confidence. At the same time, he or she is kind of very great. That's the very simple thing which people needed to have. Like we should always have some kind of good feelings in whatever job we are doing right now. So a simple thing, being a beauty pageant and walking in the ramp is simply an achievement. So
Yes, absolutely.
being selected to walk in the tram, okay, consider maybe it may be because of the sponsors, it may be because of the kind of help which is done by the other people. Nothing to worry about. It's you who is walking in the ramp. So that's the only thing which you can feel. Okay, I have walked in the ramp. Like as you told, like you, I can see some kind of good happiness in your face when you're just remembering the kind of things which you did in 15 years of age before 20 years. Like, okay, I have done in that age. In that age, most of the people haven't done these kind of things, but I have done. So it will be like good memory for you. Of course, at the very end of your life, good memories only do exist. These kind of memories itself is like, okay, it's not about the kind of success or the failures which matters a lot. It's the kind of things which we tried. And since you tried, it will be like a good memory at the very end of your life now. So, also at the same time. So, consider people who are coming to you who wanted to be trained by you for the beauty pageant competition. So, what are the things you will be advising to them? And how do you actually prepare themselves for this beauty pageant training session, ma'am?
So every training of mine starts with a counseling session because I believe that I need to know my student first. Until and unless I know my student, I won't be able to work on him or her. So, say for example, a lady walks in and she wants to participate in a beauty pageant. I again starts with a counseling session where I get to know her better. We work on the strengths as well as the weaknesses. We try to use the strengths to overcome the weaknesses. We work on the confidence because confidence is the key. Confidence has this transformational power, you know. That's the best thing a woman can wear, rather, anyone else can wear. So we work on the confidence building aspect first. They need to feel confidence, creating the self belief in the person. Don't think that I am less than someone, or oh, she's better looking, or probably she's taller, so she has more chances of winning. No, irrespective of whatever, if you are appearing for the pageant, it's because you feel that you're worth it. So just go with the flow. Don't think that somebody is better looking. Don't think that somebody is taller. Don't think that somebody speaks better. You work on yourself, create the 2.0 version of yourself, and go there with complete confidence. This is what the whole training process is about. So then it starts with the walk training. Now, walking has various aspects. It's not just the catwalk, the kind of attire you're going to wear for the pageant, whether it is ethnic, whether it is evening gown, whether you're wearing a cape, whatever it is, what kind of material you're wearing on you, how are you supposed to pose in that particular attire, what is the kind of shoe or heels that you're going to wear, how comfortable you are while turning. These detailed aspects are looked into because there are various ways of posing, because every pageant walk has three aspects: the walk itself, pausing, and then turning. So the pause, to which we call pose, okay? So pausing there and posing in front of the audience and then turning, it itself has various points included. So we work on that. We find out the best suitable for that particular lady, where she feels that, okay, if I pose this way, if I turn this way, this is my best possible way I can do. Everybody has their own individual comfort levels. So we work on that. Then, of course, communication. How do you introduce yourself? There are a lot of details in that. We work on voice modulation, the word stressing, speed of speech, what kind of speed you should be having, the right amount of pauses that you should be doing, the intonations that is involved in your speech while you're introducing yourself, as well as while you're answering judges' questions. Now, what should be your body language? Even what should be the body language when you're just standing on the stage and another contestant is answering the question? So, you know, the subconscious body language, every detail is worked upon. So when the contestant or my student goes for the pageant, she is thoroughly prepared for the same to face that kind of fierce competition.
Yeah, that's a great explanation from you, ma'am. So regarding beauty pageant, the only thing you can just train them is the confidence that they have when they're just performing in the kind of ramp that they have, because the confidence matters a lot. Because once you're in the ramp or once you're in the stage, it's the kind of nervousness which every people do have, the kind of stage fear and everything, all that. Even the experienced one, they'll be like, okay, what's going to happen right now? So I think the confidence basically not only boost our kind of physical look, but also kind of mentally we can prepare for something for the what expect the unexpected. The presence of mind kind of
Yes, we
situations.
do work on stress relief techniques as well. That how do you control your breathing when you are under stress? So similar stress relief techniques are taught during the interviewing skills as well. When I'm taking, for the working professionals and even for the teenagers nowadays because they are preparing for their professions. So similar stress relief technique and how do you do control your voice while you're appearing for the interview. These are certain stress relief techniques that we work upon during the interviewing skills as well. The similar thing is worked during the pageant training as well.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. So this session of the interview will be all about confidence and the self-esteem now. So most of the
Yes.
people will be coming to you and they'll be having a lot of sessions with you and they'll be able to groom themselves up and they'll be able to have some kind of good dining etiquettes which is trained by you. But the thing is that whenever they do get in front of every people above the stage or when they are just going do any kind of presentation in front of them, consider maybe 10 people or maybe 50 to 100 people. Like if you are just making a face-to-face person with only one person, then it's okay. We can just go with the flow. But when it comes to a lot of people who is present in front of us or who are just looking at us, it will be like okay, there will be like of decrease in the confidence and decrease in self-esteem. So at this kind of times, what advice would you tell to your clients that are coming to you so that they will be having some kind of good motivations and a kind of good self confidence in them? How do you actually kind of provoke the self confidence in them, ma'am?
So I have separate sessions covered for them on public speaking. As you said, that it is different, communicating one on one and then presenting yourself in front of large number of audience, be it 10 people or 10,000 people. The nervousness remains the same. The person who's going on the stage for the first time and say there are just two people sitting in front of him, or say 2,000 people sitting in front of him, the nervousness remains the same. So I have separate sessions on public speaking where I train my students entirely. How do you face the crowd? How do you control your anxiety? How do you have your nervousness under control, your nerves under control, control your voice so that nobody comes to know that you are nervous? It's totally fine to feel nervous. Even biggest of the personalities feel nervous at one or the other point of time. But what is crucial is how do you control your anxiety? And how do you present yourself? So even if you're feeling nervous from within, it should not be showing outside. So there are various techniques and practices that we cover under public speaking session about the presentation skills, your body language, controlling your breathing. One advice that I always like to give to my students is self-belief. Believe in yourself. Even if you happen to forget something, see, you know the script. Say, for example, you're going to deliver a speech. People usually mug up their scripts and then they go in front of the audience and then they say everything that they've mugged up or they've memorized, and then they happen to forget something and then they get so nervous they develop the cold feet that, oh my god, I have forgotten something. Only thing that I tell them that, see, you know what is this, what the script is, your audience doesn't know about it. If until and unless you show it to them that you've forgotten something, so if you forget something, leave that part, hop on to the next one. Just continue being in your confident self. The moment you look shaken up, the moment you look anxious, people will come to know that you've forgotten something. So don't let them know that you've forgotten something. Go with the flow. You forget one line, leave that, hop onto the other line. Use your pauses tactfully. I teach them the technique of tactfully using your pauses for your benefit, so that you've taken a pause where you're trying to remember something, but people don't know that you've forgotten. So these are certain tricky ways that we teach during our interviewing skills and public speaking session, where people know that, yes, now I know even if I forget something, I have the courage to go in front of the audience and face them. And this is the kind of preparedness we create in them
Yeah,
during
that's
the
not,
session.
yeah. As we said in the beginning of the interview, like what are the things you're just training yourself from the kind of beauty pageant, maybe it your personality development. Right now, we're teaching about the kind of self confidence and self esteem. that he told, right? If you just forget anything, you can just make a pass. No need to kind of show the full expressions in your face, because absolutely what are the things you are just having, what are the emotions you are having in your mind, it will be reflected in your face, because face is the mirror of the index, right?
Absolutely.
So
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
that yeah,
absolutely.
that not only helps in stage fear, but also consider you're watching any movies. Your favorite hero is coming and he's fighting the enemies. So at one point of time, he will not be armed with anything. So he'll be just a single man. And at that particular point of time, if he shows any kind of lower self confidence in them and any kind of lower self esteem in him, then the villains will be okay. We got a hero who is very alone, and they'll be having a lot of laughter in front of them that he is not having anything. But the thing is that our hero is having some kind of self confidence in him. So that
That's your
what
body
makes
language. Power of
yeah, that
body language.
yeah, that's the body language. So he'll not be, even though he'll be in a greatest fear because a lot of enemies are in front of them. So it's like simply he'll be just tackling it. So what? So the enemies will be like a little bit confused. Okay. So he's not showing any kind of worries in his face. Okay. Then let's make a fight. So this not only like, as we told, it not only helps in kind of stage playing, but also in the kind of real life. You'll be consider maybe it in a workplace, maybe it in any kind of business place. If you're just going to face your rival, and if you're showing any kind of uh, not good self confidence in you, then that's the point where you will be like going down. There'll be in today's world, it will be like we are having a lot of competitions running over here. And if you are not having a kind of good self confidence, then the people here, they are just looking for the right time where they can go ahead of you. So this time you have to
Correct.
simply fight with them. It's no way, because there's a lot of population. So the only way is build a good self-esteem and build a good self-confidence in them. So I think that's the good thing that you're teaching to the children right now. So now we are just moving into the public speaking and presentation skills. So actually, speaking about public speaking and presentation skills, so as you told that you just tell the clients to control the nervous system in their body, so that they will not be showing any kind of lower self confidence in the face. And also at the same time, how do you actually help them develop this kind of public speaking skills when they're coming to the training sessions in front of you? Because consider a self confidence will be like we can just eliminate the kind of fear that we face in our that we are showing in our face. We can just try to eliminate it. But how do you actually consider if any kind of, I'm not telling it to degrade any people, but I'm just telling it to a specific set of people will be having some kind of stammering things happening in them. They'll not be able to just go with the flow. They'll be like, okay, they'll be speaking two words, they'll be making a pass, and also they'll be going again with the flow. So these kind of things, they'll be like physically, they'll be having a lot of troubles in going with the flow, and they'll be having facing a lot of troubles in them mentally also. Like, so at this time, how do you actually help the people in just building the public speaking skills, ma'am?
Yes. So, as we say, public speaking or any communication for that matter, words hold 7 to 8% of impact. Rest, everything is about your tone, your pitch of voice, and your body language. First of all, have correct body language, because everything is related with your mind. If you're standing like this, okay, your shoulders drooping down, and you're saying something, automatically your brain gets that signal that you're not confident enough. Now you tell yourself that yes, I am confident. You sit upright, your shoulders are in line, okay, not pulled behind, not drooping, but just at the right angle, okay. You're upright, your spine is straight. Immediately your brain gets the signal of having that confidence in you, and that is the start point of building up the confidence, having the right body posture. Secondly, as you said, stammering or fear of forgetting something. For that, practice is the only solution. Keep practicing whatever you feel. Now, why would you stammer? First, probably you're not practiced well, you're not well prepared. If you're well prepared about your presentation, you know, yes, I know all the points. Even if I forget to happen to forget one point, I know the next point. So it's about the practice. So a lot of practicing takes place during these sessions where different topics are given and people give presentations on different topics. Also on the spot impromptu speech, that a topic is given to them on the spot and they are made to speak. So a lot of speaking practice happens over there, so that way they overcome their anxiety and fear of speech. And then controlling their body language, again giving certain breathing exercises to them, that helps a lot. One of them I would like to share here with your audience so that they can follow that is the 7-11 breathing technique. Okay, everyone can follow, even the children, grown-ups, anyone who feels anxious, you can follow this 7-11 breathing technique. So you breathe in for the count of 7, take a deep breath for the count of 7. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And now you breathe out for the count of 11. So you breathe out for a longer time as you compare to breathe in. Immediately you will feel that your nerves are settling down. The heaviness that builds up, you know, before the interview or before the presentation, it starts settling down. Repeat it for 3 to 4 times, depending upon the time you have. And you will start noticing the nervousness settling down and your breathing comes under your control. So that way you can control your nerves right before your interviews, presentations, or any sort of public appearances.
So that's a kind of good advice from you, because before moving on to the stage, okay, we will be like, as you said, if you're having any kind of fear facing every people in front of the stage, there'll be like 100 people, we can just try to do some kind of like nervous activities that you told right now. That kind of training sessions will help us to eliminate the fear. We can just try to make up one thing that, okay, I'm not in fear. We can just try to show some kind of positive attitude look. But at the same time, speaking about the kind of uh, public speaking, the only advice which you told is simply practice a lot. So once you practice, not only for public speaking, going for a karate kick,
Practice, yes.
like what to say, if you're going for any kind of karates, or if you're going for any kind of self kind of survival. So at that point of time, you should always practice. Consider you're going for a max examination. You should always practice your sums. You should always practice your problems, because you can just look up the kind of sums. Okay, this step comes after this step. So this is the solution. We'll be just mugging up it. We'll be going to our examination halls and we'll be like, okay, oh my God, I have forgotten the steps, but I know the solution. I have mugged up the answer. So we'll be skipping the kind of steps and we'll be directly going and filling up the answers. So that's not the good thing. So only way which we can just analyze and we can just improve our maths is simply just working out the problems. So keep on practicing. If you want to have a good career in bodybuilding, we should go hit to the gym. We should be keep on practicing. So in the same way, public speaking, we should always keep on practicing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, practicing is the only way which we can do these kind of things. So which will avoid many kind of stammerings and many kind of things.
But practicing under right guidance, because yes, and practicing under right guidance, with right guidance. As you said, bodybuilder, they would be, you know, training themselves, but they always have a trainer who
Gym trainer.
keeps telling them what to do and what not to do. Correct. So similarly, even when you're practicing public speaking or your communication skills, when you have a right mentor or a right trainer with you who's guiding you throughout, that okay, this is the pronunciation you should work on, or this is the grammar mistake that you're making, and work upon it well. With right guidance, you can actually shape yourself in a really, really confident speaker and a person.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. So right now we are moving on to the career development and professional growth session of questions. So how do you actually help clients to achieve their career goals and also their professional growth, ma'am?
So very important thing, find out your niche. What is your niche? What is the strength that you have in terms of profession, okay, in terms of revenue building, and follow your heart. If you feel that is this is the thing I do the best and this is what I need to do, keep working upon it. Don't just think about your competition, or don't just see that okay, the competition is doing this, so I need to do the same thing. Of course, you need to know about your competition, but at the same time, don't forget to maintain your individuality, your job. But there is something in you that sets you apart from others. Identify that one thing that is different from others that you can use for your benefit. Say my example, say I'm an image consultant. There would be thousands of image consultants, rather millions of image consultants around the world. If I feel intimidated, oh my God, there are so many people around there, and how do I run my business? I could have never started my training solutions. Correct. So the confidence that yes, I have these strengths, training is my strength. I know I'm very good at understanding people. I know how to understand psychology of a particular person or identifying their strength. That is my plus point. Knowing my student, knowing my client is my plus point. I'm not just, qualified, but I also can practice it really well. I am good at guiding people. So I use these strengths and started my own business. Similar way, find out what sets you apart from your competition and work upon it. At times, you have to blow your own trumpet, like you have to stand by yourself. At times, you have to praise yourself. Praise in the sense, not the false praising, but talking to people about your achievement. Because when you start new, this is for all the new startups or anybody who's starting new, people always feel that, oh, how should I talk about myself? Why should, if I say too much, people will think that, he's just boasting. It's not about boasting. Until and unless you tell people in a polite and professional manner about your achievements, your qualifications, how will they come to know about it? So you should have a correct elevator pitch. That's the term that we use, the correct elevator pitch. Always have the right introduction for yourself. Prepare an introduction for yourself, that this is my name and this is what I do and this is my business, or this is the profession that I'm working in, and I'm specialized in these things. Have that ready with you the moment you are in a social setup. You're meeting different people, you're shaking hands with them. Use that opportunity for your benefit. Introduce yourself confidently. Tell people what you do. That's how the word of mouth spreads, and that's how you can boost your business or your profession. Not every time you have to give advertisement. That comes later. It needs money when you are giving advertisement in the newspaper or you're using social media paid advertisement. But there's something called word of mouth. When you're starting up, when you have limited funds with you, use the social circle, spread the word. And it's your confidence that is going to work for you. Confidently put yourself across to people. Tell them what you do. Tell them about your achievements. Out of 10 people, 2 people will definitely come to you and buy your products and services. So that's how you start. Don't give up. It's a slow process, slow and steady, but you will definitely win the race.
Yeah, actually, every student, right after their 12th standard, they'll be like going to colleges straightly. For a typical Indian parent, they'll be asking everybody to go and join an engineering college or go and pursue a medical degree. But the thing is that there are many industries existing right now. People are not aware of it. Of course, the basic kind of theme for our Women Today YouTube channel is many people don't know about the kind of different departments in which women work right now. So I think that's the
Yes.
major theme which made this channel evolve. So also at the same time, consider a person, if they're as consider a typical Indian guy, a typical Indian girl coming and joining an engineering college, consider maybe they be having any kind of passion in any kind of industry. Since they are just guided by the parents or guided by their relatives, kind of well near dear and loved ones to go and join any kind of engineering degree or any kind of medical degree, and they would have been spending their years in college, and after college they'll be going and working in any kind of industry which is totally unrelated to the engineering field. They'll be like, okay, we should change our niche. So this is not our kind of things where we can just grow ourselves. So at that point of time, what help can you do to them in order to grow themselves in the new niche that they're following, that they're going to follow, that they're going to follow the passion? How will they able to change the career from one department to the another department? What are the kind of advices would you try to tell them in order to make them successful in the kind of professional career and also other kind of passion?
So, whatever field you want to work in, be the expert in that field. Always have the aim that, okay, this is the field that I want to work in. I want to be the expert of that field. Don't settle down for being an average. If you want to settle down for being an average, you're not going to grow in your life. You will just stay there. You will hit that stagnancy point. So aim at being an expert of whatever field you are working in. You may be a dancer, you may be a singer, you may be an engineer or a doctor. You know, do thorough research. Keep researching. Don't stop your research. Keep reading about different things. Not necessarily you always have to read the novels or very famous books. You can just read simple, smaller blogs as well. You never know from where you get to learn something. In short, don't stop your learning process. If you're working in that particular field, keep reading about it, keep watching videos about it. Don't think that, no, I'm going to follow only the famous personalities. Follow the famous personalities. At the same time, keep an eye about other people, because you get to learn some or the other thing from other people as well. Even on social media, we usually tend to follow people who've got millions of followers, but at times you never know, there would be people who may have just 1,000 or 2,000 followers, but you can see there are a lot of knowledgeable things the person is sharing. Go ahead and follow that person. Don't think that, oh, this person has just 1,000 followers, why should I follow? If you think that there is something to learn from here, don't leave that opportunity. Just grab it, follow the person, gain as much knowledge as possible. Keep learning, keep improving your knowledge, because knowledge is not going to fade. It's going to be there. So just keep building upon it. Peak of one mountain becomes the bottom of the other mountain. So, the moment you reach at the peak of something, try and search for something where you have to start from the bottom in terms of your knowledge. Don't think that, oh, now I've got every possible knowledge and I don't need. The moment you think that, your progress will stop. So keep progressing, keep learning. Never think that I am 100%. You can never be 100%. You can give your 100%, correct? But don't think that I have reached that 100% point, because that will be your stagnancy point. Keep learning.
Of course, success is not a kind of destination. Success is always kind of milestones. We should achieve many milestones in our life, and we should always not consider ourselves like 100. We can just be confident that we can be 100%, but we should always try to just go on, explore our kind of potentials that we do have in our life now. And also at the same time, speaking about the kind of career development. So consider if they want to develop themselves in the career, maybe it may be a business, or it may be any kind of office going jobs. It may be any kind of industries, like consider it may be a government job. It could be any IT industries. So at that one point of time, what actually helps them grow is the kind of professional relationship that they build with the kind of persons that they're working in the office. And also at the same time, they should do a very strong, good network building. So very strong network building will not only help them in just going to the higher level, it will also help them in order to have many kind of things done at the right time, because with the proper network, we can achieve anything within a short period of time. Without a proper network, that's the thing where we are lagging. Because consider if I'm going to new city and I'm not knowing anyone over there, and if I have a friend over there, then that's a good network for me. So with the help of my friend network, I'll be able to travel to a lot of places. I'll be able to do my lot of works within a short period of time. Like I'll be able to achieve a lot of things without getting scammed by many people. And also at the same time, it will be helping me develop still more new contacts. Like I can do networking with a lot of people with a set of people which I have in me in that city. So tell me, how do you actually help the students coming to you in achieving this network building technique now?
This is the core of persona enhancement or personality development, building sustainable relations. And in order to build sustainable or meaningful relation, it is all very important to think logically. So there are various aspects like your critical thinking, to think from various aspects in a logical way. Time management, following the right time. How do you manage your time? There are multiple, say, in terms of networking, social events is very important part of it. So first of all, how do you present yourself? What kind of clothes are you wearing? What kind of body language are you projecting? What is your eye contact? How confident you are while shaking hands with others? These are your non-verbal communication that comes in picture while building relationships with others, whether it is personal or professional. Then your critical thinking, thinking logically. It's not that somebody is not thinking like you. That doesn't make the person wrong. Usually, this is the mindset. The moment people think that, oh, this person has a different opinion and I have a different opinion, they happen to show that negativity towards each other, and that's where the relations start falling apart, whether personal or professional. You need to have understanding of human psychology. You need to have understanding about people. Not necessarily every time the other person will agree with you, but or not necessarily every time you will agree with someone. You may disagree, but the way you show your disagreement, that matters the most. You don't have to get into that argumentative zone. You can politely show your disagreement, and while showing the disagreement, think that is it really necessary to show the disagreement, or I can just pass this situation. Because not every time you have to tell the other person, no, I disagree with you. At times some conversations are just casual, but you happening to show your disagreement may just take that entire conversation towards the debate mode or probably an argumentative zone. So gauge these things, and this is what we call logical reasoning, critical thinking. Now let's come upon the point of time management. How do you manage your time? You're attending different events. How punctual you are when you're reaching to a particular social event. Not necessarily that you are reaching dot on time, but possibly say 5 minutes or 10 minutes after the event begins. How do you excuse yourself when you reach late to the event? All these things matter a lot when you talk about building sustainable relation, because people would want to relate with you, or people would want to have that professional relationship with you only when they find you sensible. So it's a journey of, putting across a sensible image of you. Extremely important point in building good relations. Yes, sustainable relationship is your critical thinking, your logical thinking, your presentation skills. Because nobody would want to relate with you, or nobody would want to get connected with you or establish any connections with you if you come across as a negative person. And that's where we work when we speak about persona enhancement or personality development or image building. How do you build your image so that you can work perfectly well in networking event? You can work perfectly well when it comes to building positive and sustainable relationships, presenting yourself appropriately, having right amount of manners and etiquette, good communication skills, being a good active listener. So not just about speaking, but also about listening. How do you acknowledge someone else's communication when somebody is conversing with you, somebody is saying something to you? How well and how attentive you are in that conversation. Say, for example, you've said something and the other person has started talking, and now you're looking at your watch, or probably you're looking here and there, and you're not maintaining the eye contact. You're fidgeting with some of the gadgets or probably something that's there in your hand. That will show lack of interest. Immediately, the person will think that, hey, this person doesn't seem to be interested in what I'm saying, and he and she will lose interest in you. So being a good listener, active listener, is also very important when it comes to building positive and long-term relations.
Yeah, that's a great thing, because these kind of things we should always adopt ourselves in our day-to-day life, because the only thing which will help us grow further higher is the kind of network. Our network in our life is the kind of network is the kind of net worth we have in our life. So that's the right thing. And
Correct.
you should, I mean,
Absolutely.
we have discussed a lot about it, because since he told that started with the kind of personality development, the image consultant trainings, the kind of self-confidence, self-esteem, the kind of personality development, the kind of public speaking skills, career development skills. Then at the very last, network building. This plays a very vital role in every day-to-day life, not only in workplace, but also consider you're going to a normal grocery shop and you're just going to have some things built by them. The way you speak to them actually will make them give you some kind of good products because of the kind of good relationship that you have with them. So every little thing, like as you told, like if a person is talking to you and if you're looking here and there, or maybe we are just checking our watch, maybe we're checking our Instagram messages, WhatsApp messages. Yeah, we are actually a busy business people. We should always we should always have a lot of screen time, but when we are speaking to a person, our screen time should be very less. So I think that's the right thing.
Absolutely.
So we have discussed a lot about in this interview, ma'am. So at we have come to the last part of the interview. So this part will be about personal branding and online presence. So how do you actually help the clients develop their own personal brand and online presence? Because consider in today's modern world, they may be having, as you told, we were just discussing that you told that if any person is having some kind of good knowledge and if they're having online presence, do not worry about the kind of followers they have. Simply go, have their online session, kind of adopt the main kind of essence, the kind of knowledge from them, and you can just put it in your daily works. And at the same time, this happens only for very few individuals. So most of the individuals will be like, they'll be looking for a brand. The brand actually helps them to actually with the shortened period of time to judge them. So if they're not a brand, they'll be having to spend a lot of time in analyzing whether this person is genuine or not, whether this brand is genuine or not. So having a very good reputed brand in the market society will be like, it will help the customers come to them in a very short period of time, and also as a result they will be able to achieve a lot of things in their business at a very short period of time. So being a personality and a brand builder, how do you actually help them in developing their own brand, ma'am?
So any brand means trust. You have to work on building trust. Whatever product or service you're selling, say for example, you yourself a brand. Say you are like, take my example. I am a trainer. I teach. So I have to look at myself as a brand image. So similar way, whether you're selling a product or a service, or you yourself are a freelancer and doing some sort of work, you have to build a trust. Create that trust in your audience. Whatever content you're creating on social media, make sure it is authentic. It is not just copied. You just saw somebody creating that content, it got viral, you copying exactly the same thing and doing it. It's not going to help you out. You may just be, a copycat in that sense. You're just copying from someone and saying something. Have your own identity. Create the trust in the eyes of your viewers or your audience. So create that trust, create that loyalty. Whatever content you're putting on social media, right from building your logo for your company, what kind of colors are you choosing? Depending upon your profession or your nature of the business, choosing the right color, whether it is navy blue, whether it's related with luxury. So are you choosing ivory and gold combination? Are you going for the purple? So choosing the right color, because every color also says something about you, reflects on the ideologies. So choosing the right color for your brand, having a clean logo for yourself, not getting into too much of creativity and having a complicated logo. People try and get overly creative about the logo. You can also have a simple, clean logo showing that image about you. So have a logo of your choice that reflects on your ideologies. Choose the right color, choose the correct branding. Even if it's a template that you're using for your presentation, that has to be in accordance with your brand. What kind of content you're posting. Avoid getting into any sort of controversies, or avoid saying something that you feel could be controversial, like talking about politics, talking about passing some remarks on religion or some personal remarks. Don't get into that. Have a neutral stand. Just given the feed that is important for people to know, rather than instigating others to say something wrong or negative about you. So maintain that positive image. Keep adding to their knowledge. People like places or people where they feel that they are gaining some sort of value added services or knowledge from you. So keep adding to their knowledge. Say you have a simple, say a brand where you are selling something that is related with your herbs, say a product, a herbal product. Rather than only advertising about your product, you can definitely have posts on your social media that educates them about various herbs. So don't just keep always like advertisement based. Have certain knowledgeable things as well in between, so that you gain more followers. So various strategies are there in order to create your online presence. We call it digital footprints. Whatever you on your social media, people will judge you based on that. So make sure that you're projecting right image of yours on social media. Don't get overwhelmed by posting too many photographs, too much about your personal life, saying everything about you. Make sure whatever you're posting, people are watching, they are forming some sort of impression about you. Accordingly, create your digital presence in the market.
Yeah, that's the right thing, because whatever we need to project in the online market, we should always project it. We should not always kind of keep on going with the kind of personal things. Personal things can be given a little bit, but not much to the over extent. Like it will also be kind of trouble to us, and also at the same time, it will also be a trouble to them, because they want to know about the product rather than you. Of course, they want to know about you, but they want more about the kind of product or the service that you are selling to them. And also at the same time, how do you actually help the clients maintain this kind of social media, man? Because in today's world, there is a famous quote said by Bill Gates. I tell this in every interview. Like, if you're not online, then your business will not grow. So in today's world, you should always consider, it may be any market, it may be any service, or it may be any product that you are selling right now. Everything should have a proper brand with online presence. The online presence will always help to reach a lot of people in the remote cities, in the remote places. Like we can go internationally to many countries with the help of this kind of online presence. So late before, like 30 years back, there used not be good internet connection. Of course, there is no internet connection, but there is now a lot of internet connections happening, especially in India, because of the kind of geo revolution. We are having a lot of people using this kind of internet. Of course, India is the country where we can get 1 GB of data at a very low cost compared to US or Europe or any other countries. So we can just, an Indian person can use very well this kind of online technologies. Also at the same time, tell me how a person who is doing any kind of business or who is doing any kind of work, and how do you actually help them to grow their online business right now, ma'am? How do you actually help them to maintain the social media page, ma'am?
See, it varies from person to person. Now, at times, people have good spending capacity. So, anytime you can hire a good digital marketing personnel, the professional help, always advisable, because they are the people who are expert in that field. They will create the content for you, so you can focus on your business, and they are creating the content for you. They are taking care of your account. They are using the right hashtags for you, trying to keep your presence out there, getting more views for your reels. Don't get into the unfair practices like your, I would say, bot followers or fake likes. Not getting into that, because it's not going to add anything to your products or services as such, or for your business. However, if you have the spending capacity, definitely go ahead and hire the professional help. But say you're somebody who has started from a scratch, you don't have much of spending capacity, at least start with right amount of posts. Spread a word of mouth. Ask people to follow you. If you feel there are there are people who you want to follow back those people as well. Spread a word of mouth. Don't give up. The moment people see that, oh, there are not enough of likes coming and I don't want to post anything on social media, Don't think that way. Keep posting some or the other way. People will come across your social media handle. Keep posting the right amount of content, the right quality of content. Be consistent. Not necessarily that you have to flood your social media handle with 2, 3, 4 posts a day. Sometimes people just go overboard with that, in order to maintain the quantity, they forget about the quality. Don't do that. Otherwise, people will start overlooking your post. They will think, oh, this doesn't hold any importance, and I'm going to unfollow this person. Don't do that. If you want the followers, you want the sustainable followers. The people should keep following you. So maintain the quality. Be consistent in your postings. Whenever possible, take help. If you can hire a professional who can help you out, take help. Otherwise, keep posting, be consistent, and don't give up. And don't forget the quality aspect of it. Maintain the quality. Okay. In order to go viral, don't get into any controversy. Don't try and make a mockery out of yourself, trying to be excessively funny, thinking that, okay, I'll go viral because of that, until and unless your page is meant for that. I'm not talking about the pages, who have the hilarious content. Of course, that is their niche. They are meant for that. But if your nature of business is something totally different, stick to the niche of your business and keep posting accordingly. And anytime you feel that, whatever content you are posting is not really getting a good amount of business, then of course, that's the time for you to manage your funds and go for a professional help.
Of course, we do need a professional person to help us in this kind of marketing, because marketing requires a lot of skills. Because basically, we should adopt all the kind of things which we started from the beginning of the interview. So all these skills should be just, it will be inclusive in that one single person. So then that's where we can get our online presence promoted very well. So we have discussed a lot about kind of personality development, kind of skills that we should have for a career development, and at last, of course, personal branding and online presence and all that. So we have come to the last single question for this interview. So tell me, ma'am, via this interview, if any kind of personal message, if you wanted to tell to me, or if you wanted to tell to the audience all over the world who are watching this interview right now, so what kind of message would you like to pass to the people who are watching this interview right now, ma'am?
Support each other. If you feel that somebody around you is doing a good job, please don't hesitate to encourage that person. People have become so competitive that this jealousy, negativity comes so fast in them. We say that, women should, we talk about women empowerment because women are the first one who pull each other down. Don't do that. Support each other. If you feel that someone deserves a compliment, go ahead, walk up to that person and give the compliment to that person. That shows your confidence, because somebody who doesn't want to give that compliment, that means you are not confident enough to compliment someone. Very important. This compliment word is very, very powerful. This can prove encouragement for someone else. So have that courage to compliment a person, encourage people around you, support each other. If you feel that by complimenting someone or by encouraging someone, that person can do better in life, please go ahead and do that. It's not going to harm you anywhere. Universe will get back to you. I definitely believe in law of karma. When you do right things will turn to you. So believe in that. Don't try and pull people down, rather raise the other person, because when the person next to you will rise, that person will definitely give you a helping hand and take you up as well. So support is very important, especially in today's scenario where there is so much of competition happening. Insecurities are creeping in. So please don't let those insecurities be a dominant factor in your life, because these are the insecurities later on start acting on your false ego. These are the negativities that start acting you on your mindset. And ultimately, they are not going to do any harm to others. They are going to do the harm to you. You will become a negative person. So don't be a negative person. Be positive, be supportive, support people around you, encourage them, compliment them, and spread the positivity to the world. There is so much, to learn from people. So keep learning and keep spreading the positivity around you.
Of course, that's a great social message from you. So, being a person, if you feel anyone who is doing well in their life, go compliment them, give a handshake, put a smile on your face. It not only boosts them, but also it will help you grow your confidence, because since you are confident that you will also achieve that, like in the future, you can just do like that. And also at the same time, these kind of things are done in reality life, in real life, by many people, very great people. Like I have seen, I mean, what to say? I have seen interviews like people who are giving interviews like in consider. Do you know actor Rajani sir?
Of course.
Of
Who
course,
doesn't know him?
he is an international celebrity. Who doesn't know about him? So, after in an event, what happened is that one famous director, was over there in that event, and he was just seeing Rajni sir, and okay, uh, not to just mind him, we can just see. He just looked upon Rajni sir, but he didn't go up and he didn't give a handshake, because he did a very greatest hit in the movie in the recent times. And he was just, okay, there is Rajini sir, why should we go and speak to him? Consider Rajini sir is like having an experience for more than 50 years in cinema industry, and he has given a lot of hits. But the director, he has also given many hits, but he is just an upcoming director. And he was just like, okay, we should not go and talk to him. And he was just, in the meeting, he was just sitting somewhere. To his astonishment, Rajini sir, he came directly walking towards her, and he pulled the hands out of him and he was just congratulating him. You have done a very good job. Like he was just totally astonished. Oh my God. I should have gone to him and I should have spoken to him. So, such a great personality. He's a senior in cinema industry. He's senior in our work. He's a very great person. He's a very aged person coming to us, and he is just giving a lot of compliments to us. And at that moment, he decided, okay, irrespective of the age, irrespective of anything, if you find a person who is doing very well in his life, you can just go compliment them, because it's a kind of good relationship building, and also at the same time, it shows the confidence that you have in yourself. So
It
the
shows the self belief that
yeah,
by
so
complimenting someone, you're not putting yourself down. Rather, you believe in yourself so much that you are free from all sort of insecurities. That's what it portrays
yeah,
about
that's
you.
the right thing, because as soon as you said this, I came that kind of incident came to my thoughts. So that's why I told that example. And also at the same time, support each other. We should always support each other, of course. So most of the people will be thinking like, consider they will be doing a lot of financial help to a lot of very near, loved, dear ones, to the relatives, to the kind of friends that you have in life, to the kind of people in the work life. They'll be doing for many years, and at one point of time, they'll not be receiving any kind of returns from the person who are doing good, from the person who they are actually helping them. Consider they'll be helping financially, they'll be helping them morally, they'll like any kind of help they can do to them. But at one point of time, of course, we are humans. We will be expecting any kind of returns from the person who we are actually helping them. And at one point of time, we'll be totally like in a very depressed mode. Like, what is going to happen? We are just helping a lot of people, but we are not getting a lot of things in return. But we should always remember one thing: this universe is created by God. If God is there and if this universe is there, there is this thing called karma. It will return to you, not by the person who you helped, but it will be the good karma which you did to one person will always be achieved by the other person. You may not know that person even existing in the society. That person will suddenly appear in your life. You will be getting some kind of help from them. So that's because of the
Yeah.
good kind of karmas you did to the other people. So when these kind of things is remembered by people, they don't need to worry about any kind of things. And of course, even if you do not get any kind of good karma in your life, you simply think about one thing, that you have lived many, your soul has traveled many generations. So you must have done anything in the past life, and right now you're doing the good karmas. So that kind of things which you did in the past life may be getting neutralized because of the good karmas. and in the next birth, you will not be having any kind of birth. You can go to the mukti kind of situation where you can have a good life in the heaven. So no need to worry about anything. The only thing you can do right now is go do kind of good karmas in the society so that you will be getting a lot of things entertained. So no need to worry about anything. So that's a great message which is said by you to the people who are watching this interview right now. So thank you once again. We have discussed a lot in this interview, ma'am. So people who are watching this interview right now, please do click on the subscribe button for this Women Today YouTube channel. Click on the bell icon so that you can receive notifications whenever I do post new videos regarding women entrepreneurs and also working women across different cities in India and also across the world. So I take offline interviews directly going to the irrespective of the cities in India, and also I take online interviews for many people in India and also for international working women and women entrepreneurs. So please do subscribe to my channel. If you have any kind of doubts, please do comment in the comment section. I will help you out. And specifically, if you have any kind of doubts regarding image consultant, you can directly go ping our ma'am over here. I'll just mention Samruddhi ma'am link. Imaja Gravitas. Am I spelling it okay? Imaja Gravitas is a company's name, right?
Image Gravitas, yes.
Yeah, Image Gravitas in Mumbai, in Thane is the company name of Samruddhi ma'am over here. So if you want to contact her, I'll just mention her Instagram link in the YouTube description over here so that you can directly have a conversation with her and you can have your career developed with the help of the training sessions by her. So that's all about this interview, man. So once again, good afternoon. Have a nice day. I thank you very much for humbly accepting me and just considering me as a host for this interview. And today's our guest is Samruddhi ma'am over here, and your host is Krishna over here. So once again, good afternoon, ma'am. Have a nice day. Thank you for coming to this
Thank you.
interview.
Thank you, Krishna, for having me. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, ma'am. That's
You
enough.
too have a great day ahead.
Yeah, have a good day. Have a good day, ma'am. That's enough.